Welcome, Yogi. This is a morning practice that will help you to gently wake up and get into your body, remove any sleepiness, and have a clear mind for the rest of your day. So let's get started in a seated position with something underneath your sit bones so that you can elevate your hips slightly. The idea is that we're not sitting like this because it's really hard for the lower back. So if the knees are higher or the same height as the hips, sit up a little bit higher. And you can sit up on a block, a bolster, a pillow. Then go ahead, bring the palms of the hands together. Rub the hands in front of the chest until you feel a little bit of warmth, energy between the hands. And then let the palms of the hands rest together in front of your beautiful radiant heart. As you close the eyes gently or lower the eyelids if that's more comfortable for you, begin to become aware of your inner landscape. What is pulling on your attention most? Is it a sensation that you feel anywhere in the body? Is it a thought? Is it an emotion? Allow all parts of yourself to be welcomed into your practice. There is no thing that you should do or shouldn't be or should be. There's no prerequisite to show up on your mat. And we affirm that with this big cosmic yes, this Om, sound of Om. You can either join, you can hum, or you can listen. Take an inhale to start. Om. Bring the hands onto your side ribs, really quite high, as if you're drawing a line from your armpits. That's where the hands come. Fingers forward, thumbs back, or all fingers facing forward. Roll the shoulders back and then open the mouth. Take an inhale through the mouth as if you're creating this whispered ah sound. And whispered ha sound on the exhale. Whispered ah on the inhale. Whispered ha on the exhale, like you're fogging a mirror. This is called Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Continue. Now this breath will help us to keep our lungs really open, to use more of our lung capacity, to keep our mind in the moment with that sound, and also to keep our nervous system really balanced and stable. Continue to breathe this way as we start to move. So take your breath with you, move any props that you were sitting on to the side, and then come onto hands and knees as I'll move my mat a little bit. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. On a deep inhale, spread the fingers wide, lift the heart up. On an exhale, pull the belly muscles to your spine, round your back, let your head drop. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up. Exhale, round your spine. Lift between the shoulder blades. One last one. Inhale, heart moves forward and up. Exhale, pull belly muscles to spine, round your back. And then inhale, create a neutral spine. When you exhale, kick your right leg back behind you. Bring the inside of the foot onto the ground. So your left knee, your right foot, and your left hand are down. And then if you feel a little unstable when the right arm comes up, you can use the left foot as a flipper and bring it back behind you. Inhale, that right arm floats up to the sky. Exhale, hug the belly muscles to your spine by fully emptying the lungs on the exhale. Inhale again. And either stay here, or option 2 is to shift your weight forward. So much so that your back leg becomes light, and then you lift the back leg off the earth parallel to the ground. You can keep the arm floated up to the sky, or bring it in one line from your back foot all the way overhead. Now avoid overarching the lower back. See if you can keep a little bit of your ribs towards your hips, your tailbone to your heel. One more breath in. And then exhale, let everything that's off the earth slowly come back down. I'll turn around for the other side, but you stay where you are. Bring your left leg behind you now. Inside of the foot comes down onto the ground. Right hand, right knee, left foot on the ground. Left arm floats up on a deep breath in. Exhale, fully empty the lungs so that your lower belly muscles lift up towards your spine. Micro bend the elbow that's on the ground. And then feel absolutely free to stay here if this feels like plenty, or look forward and down, shift your weight forward and float the back leg off the earth. Either keep the arm in the line of the shoulder or let it come all the way forward, beaming it in the line of the ear. Inhale there. If the back leg is off the earth, flex the foot and really activate by pulling the heel in towards the buttock. One last breath in. Exhale, let everything that's off the earth come back down. And then bring your hands about 1 hand's distance forward from the line of the shoulders. Hug the forearms in, take a deep inhale. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And in downward dog, you can keep the knees bent as much as you need to keep length in the spine. Lengthen the spine all the way up. So there is no kind of rounding or overarching. There's one nice line of energy. The spine is obviously not straight. The spine is never straight. It always has a curve, but there's a nice long line of energy. If you're getting nice and warm, also take up some layers. Take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, look forward to your hands and step or walk to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins or the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and release over the legs. Press the feet down. Inhale, circle the arms up and overhead. There's always one body part that you won't see. In this case, my arms. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, float the arms to the side and then all the way down, either on the earth or on the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, right foot steps a big step back. Bring your knee down to the ground. Then hug the inner thighs towards the midline for strength and stability. Reach the arms up and overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, with that stability of the inner thighs hugging together, maybe open the chest a little more. One last one. And release the hands down. Now, if you're familiar with that Ujjayi breath, you can also halfway now close your mouth. So it still has that sound of the breath, but it's a little bit more soft. If it feels more accessible with the mouth open, you keep the mouth open. Inhale, come to downward facing dog. Exhale here. A little alternative vinyasa. Wave yourself forward into plank. And then when you exhale, bring your knees to the ground, bring your sit bones to your heels, and push yourself up and back to down dog. And let's do that again. Inhale, wave to plank, hug belly muscles to spine. Exhale, knees come down, sit bones shift back, downward dog. One last one. Knees down, sit bones back, almost like a kind of reversed wave through cobra. Then ground through the hands. Inhale, the right leg lifts up. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Back knee comes down. Inner thighs hug the midline. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, with that stability and strength, maybe lift the chest a little more. One more breath in. Exhale, release the hands down. Lift your back knee off the earth. Inhale. Hug the belly muscles towards the spine. Use that energy as you step to the top of the mat. Hands on shins or earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and release over the legs. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands at the heart. Inhale, we'll change. Reach your arms up and over. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the left foot a big step back and bring your knee down. The left hand stays down on the ground and you can choose. So I am currently pregnant, so I'm not going to twist very deeply. But if you aren't, you can bring your hand closer to your foot, which creates a deeper twist. If you're like me, you're not going to take a deep foot twist for whatever reason, bring your head a little bit wider. And then open the right arm to the sky. And then from your fingertips, hug in towards the back of the heart. So you're creating, again, strength and stability. Hug the inner thighs towards the midline. With all of that strength, then beam the heart up to the sky. Open the chest. One more breath in. Exhale, release the hand. Inhale, step to downward facing dog. When you exhale, wave forward to plank. And then this time you can choose either knees down, shift back, or hover the knees above the earth, and then push the sit bones back. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, push back. One last one. From down dog, inhale the left leg lift. Exhale, step the foot forward. If it gets stuck somewhere, you can always help it with your left hand. Right knee comes down. Right hand stays on the earth, again, as wide as feels appropriate for you today. The closer to the foot, deeper the twist. Left arm comes up, inhale. And then hug from the fingertips, from the wrist, back into the back of the heart, from the inner thighs towards the midline. Then from there, radiate out in all directions. One last breath in. Exhale, release. Lift your back knee, inhale deep. And then when you exhale, step to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins or the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release over the legs. Press the feet down. Inhale, circle arms up and overhead. And exhale, hands at the heart. In that mountain pose with your feet as wide as you like for a stable base. Root through the feet. And then let the energy rise up, kind of this rebound energy through the crown of the head. Bring the hands on the hips. Then with your left foot, bring your heel on top of your right foot. So your knees opening to the side. This is a variation of tree. And maybe this feels very nice and stable and grounding for you today, in which case you stay here. If, however, this also feels grounding with your foot not on the inside of the knee, but below the inside of the knee, so on the inner calf, then you can stay there. If it also feels stable to bring your foot on the inner thigh above the knee, then you can do that as well. Hands can stay on the hips for stability, or bring your arms wide to the side or all the way up. Wherever you find yourself, can you hug in with your foot towards your leg towards your foot? Can you root to rise? Root through the standing foot to rise up through the crown of the head, or maybe also the arms. Ujjayi breath. Victorious breath. Last two breaths. And one last one. And bring the hands on the hips. Inhale deep. And then wherever your foot was, slowly, slowly and controlled, bring it back down to the ground. So standing balancing poses help us to really focus. It brings our energy in. So it's very good to do at the beginning of the day to get your focus for the rest of the day. And then let's see what works on the other side. Maybe that heel on top of the foot, foot on the inside of the calf, or foot above the knee. And again, not on the inner knee, just for safety. hug in wherever you can press into with your foot. See if you can press into that and push back with whatever you're pressing into. Hands can stay on the hips, arms by your sides or all the way up and overhead. One point in front of you to focus on. This is called your drishti. And it's not so much a laser sharp focus. It's more a soft focus, but it's at one point that doesn't move. So ideally, you're not looking at the screen. And one last breath. Hands back down if they're up. And then slowly, with the help of your belly muscles hugging the spine, you release the foot down. Shake it out for a moment. And then stand at the top of your mat. Let's shake out a little bit more. Reach the arms up and overhead. Deep breath in. And then let go and exhale. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, maybe onto the tippy toes. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale. Exhale. And stay down. Let the arms gently sway from side to side. Bring your hands on the earth, and one last time come into downward facing dog. Lengthen the spine. Let the right foot, so not step all the way forward, let the right foot step about halfway onto your mat. And then turn all 10 toes out towards that right side. So all 10 toes face the side. Micro bend that left elbow, and then bring your right arm up to the sky. So it's like a variation of side plank again. Lift the inner thigh. Lift your side body. Inhale deep. Exhale, release. And then transition, I lied. We're now coming back to downward dog. It wasn't the last one. And this time, step your left foot about halfway onto your mat. Then let all 10 toes face the left side. So turning on the outside of your right foot, toes towards the left. Left arm up to the sky. Inhale there. Avoid hanging in your side body. Lift it up. Breathe, breathe. One more breath. And exhale, release. Step back to down dog to just release it one last time. Full body yawn. And let the knees come down to the earth as wide as you like. Let your sit bones come to your heels, forehead to the ground, or if the forehead is far away, you can make a pillow with your fists or your hands. Allow the breath to go towards the lower back. And then rise up slowly, slowly. And from here, you can choose how to finish your practice. So maybe you'd like to finish seated in meditation. You can still follow it, followed by Shavasana. Maybe you'd like to come into Shavasana on your back, covering yourself with a blanket. Maybe you'd like legs up the wall. So choose which of those 3 would feel most comfortable, most nourishing for you to close your practice in. I'll sit with us for the next few moments as you choose whatever option feels right. Wherever you are, can you allow the breath to become neutral? So let any technique fall away. Let go of any control of the breath. Allow the effort to fall away. Be here, this moment, in your body, right now. And you can stay in meditation and Shavasana or legs of the bull for as long as you have time for. Whenever you're ready, you can close your practice. I'll see you next time. Thank you.